Welcome to today's show of Warehouse and Operations as a Career. We're at episode 6 now, and we've about got all the job seeking and onboarding things accomplished, I believe. Today let's talk about the task or positions of sanitation and then a little bit about unloading. I'm Marty, and I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions of how useful these two positions or jobs can be for us while breaking into the warehouse fields. As a first job, or if you're looking for a new industry to get started in, I really feel these two positions are great starting points in the warehouse world. A lot of people would call them utility positions or jobs that may encompass several unrelated duties. I kind of look at it as several new experiences. The great opportunity here is that you could be exposed to some equipment training. Almost certainly manual pallet jacks and quite possibly the electric walkie jack and rider jacks. There's a ton of videos on YouTube of different brands and different models. Be sure to go by and check them out. Most are very informational and pretty useful. These could very well be a significant shortcut to those production or productivity positions that we're really interested in as the next step. These two tasks are usually advertised as general labor positions, and the pay may not be what we're wanting to earn right now, but with 3 to 6 months experience under your belt, you'll find that this experience can be used to open that next door. Think of those few months as training or education, school if you will, and when we graduate in a short while, we can go out and seek those jobs that we're really wanting or take that next step in our career choice. And since you're here with me today, I hope you'd like to end up with an executive management position in operations for a well-established Fortune 100 company. Okay, sanitation is a very important task, and it's possible you'll find it responsible for quite a bit in regards to regulatory concerns and safety. It's important that our work environments are always kept clean and safe from slip, trips, falls. Of course, the floors and walkways need to be clean and passable at all times, and we got to keep that dust and dirt from all the products as well. Things like shrink wrap, cardboard, and pieces or shards of pallets, they're really rough on pallet jacks and forklifts. They can get wrapped up in drive wheels, load rollers, and I've seen them create some pretty serious issues. The job description for almost all sanitation positions will include your company's GMPs or general maintenance programs and a daily, weekly, monthly, and annually cleaning program, especially should it have any additional regulatory agencies responsible for overseeing product integrity or safety procedures. My point here is it's a great starting point requiring little or no experience, just really a willingness to work hard, follow directions, and for us, and probably most importantly, the opportunity to be exposed to and taught use or to use some warehouse tools and equipment. As you can tell, this position can really teach us several skills that we can use throughout our career path. I want to bring up again real quick. Never get on or operate any powered industrial equipment until we've been trained on it and we're certified to do so. Remember from episode, I believe it was episode 2, we learned about 29 CFR 1910.178. Your employer will run you through the classroom portion for free and certify you to operate equipment on their docks. We also discussed several key words like SOPs and PWMs. If we go in throwing around that kind of knowledge and using those kind of words and terminology, it very well could give us a heads up on all the others around us and get you noticed by your supervisor. Remember, we're on a path here to our goal. If you're interested in this only being an ends to a mean and using it as an education, then we don't want to fly under the radar with management. We want to be kind of front and center, have them notice us and work with us, seeing us kind of as their right-hand man. I believe taking this approach will greatly reduce the time spent as general labor and possibly expedite our first promotion. Please email me any questions about GMPs, SOPs, or PWNs regarding sanitation, and I'll send you several links that you can check out and review. The more you educate yourself to your position, the more notice management should take towards you, or at least I got to believe it's going to work out that way. Now, let's talk for a moment about unloading. That's often referred to as lumping. Don't let anyone tell you that you're just going to be unloading trucks. This can be or become quite a bit of a skilled position, as there's quite a few things to learn. Several things that we'll be repeating hour by hour, and there's some responsibility to do things correctly. Lumping is unloading trailers, containers, or rail cars and palletizing it with the correct tie and height, keeping up with the case count or the count of each SKU and item, separating them correctly, and usually moving it to a specified location where the receiver will have to tag it, and he'll be putting tags on it with locations and usually a wealth of other information, and recording it in some computer system as received. Now let's all kind of walk through that a bit slower, and I'll explain each step and its importance. A trailer or container is usually backed to a door to be unloaded. We'll be given a breakdown sheet or a load sheet that will tell us how many items and how many cases of each item are on the trailer and how many pallets the load will need to be broken down to. As an example, the trailer may have 24 pallets on it, but when we finish unloading and separating it, we may have worked or created or turned that 24 pallets into 60 pallets on the dock. A product may come in stacked on a pallet with a tie of 9, meaning 9 boxes to a layer, and a high of 8, but we'll need to repalletize it or take every case off the pallet that they came in on due to it being a variety of things. Could be on the wrong size wood, or the pallet could be broken. It could have a broken runner in it, or possibly due to the way that its storage slot in your facility is sized or cubed to, say, a tie or layer of 8 and a high or number of layers of only 7. A tie being how many cases are on a layer comes from how you will reverse the point of the cases, kind of overlapping each layer or crisscrossing them and tying them onto a pallet, making it much, much sturdier, avoiding having straight up columns of freight where the corners are going to fall over when we pick it up, things like that. Now, a pallet may have to be restacked for a variety of reasons, like a broken case in the middle, or a couple of different items on it, different colored. The same item could be different colors even, so we'll have to break it down. Now, sometimes we could be assigned a straight runoff, meaning all you need to do is take it right off of the truck and stage it for the receiving. Usually that's going to mean that the tie high is already correct and it's going to fit in our storage area just as it is. Other loads may be floor loads, meaning nothing is on pallets and everything needs to be fingerprinted or worked off of our load sheets. It's very important to double check our breakdown sheets and SKUs, or the items as we're working them. We got to remember that the selectors and forklifts, they're going to be pulling this product to ship out, and the final customer, of course, is expecting the right item and undamaged cases. If we do something wrong or we do mix it up, we'll probably be called back to correct any errors, which is just going to result in slowing us down. Now, there's several different kinds of unloading or lumping, from your basic all general labor types to lumping in a productivity environment. And of course, the latter pays very well, but you're really going to be moving. And we may even have the opportunity to be paid by the case versus hourly. It's hard work, but we'll learn all the products in the building, and it kind of helps sets us up for that next step if our goal is to, again, only use lumping as like a stepping stone to our objectives. Unloading or lumping typically utilizes warehouse tools or equipment such as pallet pullers, pallet jacks, and several different types of powered industrial equipment. And real quick again, I want to mention, be sure that we never operate any piece of equipment that we hadn't been trained to do so on. There's really no reason to even approach it. Let's just kind of leave it alone until we're certified to do so. That's some of the safety that just kind of comes out in me. It's just so important in this world, and yeah, I'm pretty passionate about it, I guess. I really believe that both of these are excellent positions to break into warehouse operations. You'll have the opportunity to educate yourself to warehouse terminology and its tools, as well as all that's involved in day-to-day operations. Remember, we don't want to just do the job. Ask your supervisor for more responsibilities. Offer to be, backup for the other positions that's around us and learn them really well. Be on time, dress for work, and in our work area when our shift starts. If your goal is other positions, it's really important we don't hold ourselves back. We want to keep moving forward with all those promotions, right? Let's briefly talk about some general PPEs or personal protective equipments that may be used in these positions. I kind of mentioned safety a while ago, and it made me think of PPEs. Your warehouse may utilize safety vests. Usually that's an ANSI 2 or an ANSI 3 orange or lime colored vest. And it's a great item to help us be seen in the aisles or on the dock, and especially in those traffic areas. One thing that's important, if they are required, be sure to wear them. There's nothing that's going to get you noticed in a bad way as a safety infraction, and really rightly so. It can be dangerous out there on the floor. Many times it may be prudent to wear things like face shields when working around any mopping or chemicals. Safety glasses, that's a great item to utilize as well. Gloves can be a great tool also. If any of these items are not offered to you and you feel that they would help, be sure to ask your supervisor about it. If needed, they're probably available, and even if you just feel it'd be safer to wear them, ask if some could be provided to you. Rarely have I ever heard of anyone having an issue with any safety thought at all. And this kind of brings up another opinion of mine, and that's participation. Chances are you're going to be having a daily or a weekly meeting of some sort, probably a safety meeting. Speak up. Bring any ideas or thoughts that you have to the group. Our leads and supervisors, they're going to be speaking to his or her group so often, I bet that they would really appreciate any input that's offered up. Remember, our goal is to get noticed and be that right-hand man to our managers. I hope I've given you some insight into these two positions today and explained them kind of well, at least an overview as to what you may see at your particular facility. Please feel free to email me any questions or scenarios that you may have ran into, and I'd be happy to get back with you. I love learning about everything y'all bring up, and I'll research it and get us an answer for the blog. Next week, I'm working on an interview with a lumping supervisor, a manager actually at his particular facility, who's responsible for, I believe it's 3 supervisors and a lumping crew of about, he's got 28 or 30. A gentleman that actually started as general labor on the dock, and right now he's working on his next promotion to a facility manager. We talked a little bit about safety today. If you have a moment, please leave us a safety ideal or a safety thought that you've had before in the comments section, or even on our Facebook page. And hey, while you're there, please give us a like and a thumbs up. Have a great week, and keep safety your #1 priority.